Hello and welcome to Gamer Chat Weekly for your latest gaming news, topics, and special guests. Now featured on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and GamerChatWeekly.com. Welcome everybody to another week of Gamer Chat Weekly, episode 168. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Fuzzy.
And we're back. We're still missing Angie, but she's moving, so she's got a lot of stuff going on and has no stuff set up, so we're going to have some time to get her things in order and things like that. So we're pretty excited, though, that she's getting a new house. And speaking of new places, I also am getting a new place, so that'll be fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We signed the papers on Friday, and we get the keys next week. So by the next time we do an episode, I should be in my new place, which would be cool, because I'll have like soundproofing and stuff. My audio should sound so nice. So, anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, we got a pretty packed episode today. We're talking about a couple of different things to run down the list. We're talking about Avengers. No spoilers, so you don't need to turn off the podcast. I'm not going to spoil anything because Fuzzy hasn't seen it yet either, so I'm not going to spoil it for him because that would just be rude. Sea of Thieves, Overwatch, Fortnite, Twitch stuff really quick, and Death Garden, and the biggest, Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to get those out there. So let's first and foremost, let's start with our weekends. How was your weekend, Fuzzy?
God, man, my weekend it moved pretty quickly. I was pretty stoked. Got to worked both Friday and Saturday. Hung around with the girlfriend both days after work, and then Sunday did my 4.5 hour stream. Did pretty good. Beat Gears of War 1, moved into Gears of War 2, and I always narked the games because that's just the type of person I am, but I am actually enjoying the storyline, and I cannot wait to finish the whole series so I can move on to another set of games that I have. But
are you going to be playing all the way through Gears of War 4?
Yes.
Nice. And also, you got some news recently on Twitch, didn't you?
Yeah, I got affiliation on 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago, the 22nd. Woohoo! And then this last Sunday, I actually made my first. I had a lot more followers come in, and I also gained some bits. So it was a pretty exciting time.
Nice. Congratulations on the affiliate.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a long haul. I didn't expect to get it so quickly. I was sitting there thinking, okay, so the 14th is going to be the day that I'm going to completely start over from scratch. I'm just going to work for 30 days, trying to get there, and then I streamed for 3 days, and then the following Sunday, in the middle of my stream, boom, that's when I got it. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to feel right now.
That's awesome. There's that, like, getting that email. It's like, hey, you did the thing, congratulations. Like, oh my goodness, I could start, like, getting paid.
Exactly, but like the funny thing about it was I didn't read my email. I was just on my Twitch dashboard playing Gears of War, and I noticed the little notification icon had like 2 notifications, and I was like, okay, and it was like, you're on your way to start making revenue, click this. I was like, what? So I read through it. I didn't even know that I had the email in my spam folder until I went and checked after I had signed everything, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations.
It was
with my weekend. Good. With my weekend, I saw Avengers twice.
Nice.
I only want to bring up Avengers because I do want to say that if you've never watched a Marvel film, get on it, watch all 18 of them, and then go watch the newest Avengers film, because in the Marvel series, it's the best movie to date. I thought Black Panther was going to take the cake and actually be better than the Avengers film, but no, it was not. It was amazing. It was really good. But I feel like as a standalone movie, if you didn't put it in the Marvel Universe, it wouldn't be as good. I felt the pacing was a little bit off. It probably could have been 3 hours instead of like 2 hours and 40 whatever minutes, or 2 hours and 30 minutes. I felt like if they would have just made it a 3 hour long film, they probably could have put a little bit more, a bit better pacing in there. But overall, amazing movie. Go check it out. Like I said, I've already seen it twice in theaters. I plan on seeing it at least 3 more times in theaters before it's out of theaters with various people. So go check that out. It did smash a bunch of box office records. And just to compare the MCU to the DC universe, in 119 days that Justice League has been out, in just 3 days, Avengers smashed its total box office revenue.
Good lord.
So
didn't it do like God
119 something? 119
Yeah.
119 billion. I forgot what the numbers are. But regardless, 119 days for Justice League and 4 days or 3 or 4 days for Avengers, and just smash it. And like this is what happens when you only bring out 2 movies before you make your super team up. Like if you look at it, like the DC universe, you had the Batman movie, Superman movie, and then you had Wonder Woman, and then you had like technically what Captain America's Civil War was Batman versus Superman, essentially. And then right from there, they're like, hey, let's make the Justice League, but not do any backstory on Flash or Cyborg or Aquaman. So,
yeah, which they're in production to make those, but I completely agree.
Could have been first.
It could have been first. Yes,
but oh well. Anyways, I just want to bring that up, guys, because I know a lot of you guys were talking about it, but I also kind of wanted to. I needed to have some sort of clickbaity title so I could say Avengers, and then he'll be like, "Oh God!" So there's that. But moving on into game news now. Sea of Thieves, for those of you pirates and swashbucklers and scallywags and you limey bastards out there, Sea of Thieves has a price drop just before its May content update. So if you're looking to buy Sea of Thieves and you didn't quite like the $60 price tag, you can now get it on Amazon for $44. And the new content patch drops in, I think, a week or 2. I don't have a confirmed date on the content patch, but it's coming very, very soon. The content patch includes, I believe, a new boat, a new vessel, and some new NPCs or AI enemies. Merfolk, you're going to see different merfolk in different stages. You're going to see them in still somewhat human form. You're going to see them in full-blown mermaid form. Some will help you get back on your ship. Some will try and destroy you. There are going to be, from what I understand, some like new underwater stuff. They're going to like kind of like make the under the sea area a little bit more lively than just sand and sharks. So that's cool. So if you guys have not played Sea of Thieves, or you'd like to get back into it, if you were on a Games Pass like I am and wanted to buy the full game, now's your time. $44 on Amazon with the new content dropping shortly. Fuzzy here has never been a pirate, so
I haven't played it yet. It's kind of like God of War 4. I've been keeping away from it a little bit, but I did see you play it. Yeah, I know. Both games are really interesting. I've been seeing a lot of stuff for Sea of Thieves news, but I haven't really read anything into it because I really want to get into it blind wise and play it that way. But it looks like it is multiplayer from what I've seen from you streaming, and like it has a storyline, right?
Nope.
No? Okay, so it's just open world.
You are the story. And that's why a lot of people didn't like it at first. They didn't understand that it's an open sandbox world, and they just kind of give you some things to dick around with, but they don't give you like anything really to do. The whole point of the game is to make your own content, and that's why a lot of people were very upset with the game. However, I really enjoyed jumping on a sloop with a buddy of mine, or jumping on a galleon with a couple people from my chat or something, and then just sitting the 7 seas and just seeing what we could do. We tried, we did a bunch of stuff. We played as PETA once, where we would steal animals from people's ships and then set them free.
Nice.
We were food smugglers, where we would just hoard nothing but bananas, and we would steal bananas from people. We played as the Navy, the British Army, the British Naval Army, and would stop like trade routes and stuff like that to inspect to see if they had any like contraband. Like we would just make up our own shit. Like even though the game didn't really have anything in it, we would just make up our own fun. It was a lot of fun to do that. So now that they're adding more content, I'm really stoked to get back into it again, because it was a big part of one of my 24-hour streams. I think I streamed it for like 16 hours in one of my 24s. So, I mean, to me, the game had tons of content. I really enjoyed it. Like I loved it. Awesome. And now they're adding more content. I'm even more excited. It's the only place where people can call me Admiral Plague instead of Admired Plague, because everyone always calls me Admiral on first sight because they read my name wrong. And Sea of Thieves is the only game where it's allowed, because I literally have the Admiral outfit. So, yeah.
It's fitting. It's fitting.
It is. So I was like, here, you can call me that. Anywhere else? No.
Nice.
Speaking of content updates, Fortnite has changed the layout of their BR map and has added a brand new single-player portion to the PvE side of Fortnite as well. The meteor that has been looming over the BR map has finally struck. not hitting Tilted Towers like everyone thought it was going to hit, but instead destroyed the Dusty Depot, which is now the Dusty Divot.
Wow.
Including in the damage, not only did the comet take out Dusty Depot, but parts of Tilted Towers, parts of, I think, Snobby Shores, there was a hole, and a couple other places. There's like small meteors that hit in areas and kind of left little craters and took out some of the buildings. So there's some new hidden Easter eggs we found on the map. Some say, as Fuzzy described. Fuzzy, what was found?
There are two mysterious footprints. They're thinking dinosaur footprints over south of Snobby Shores and west of Greasy Grove. Those are just some Easter eggs that have been discovered as of right now on the map since it's been changed. I have yet to discover it. I'm going to hopefully, after playing this and jumping into it and discovering those myself, because I would like to know further firsthand.
Nice. Along with the meteor hitting and the map changing slightly, they came out with Season 4. Season 4 is now a superhero pack. You can get your battle pass for roughly $25 or 2,500 V-Bucks. Including in the battle pass, a bunch of new costumes, including the super suit.
Woohoo!
You can get that and get your Frozone on. You kind of look like Frozone. You're not really Frozone, but you look like him.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wait, why does this look like Frozone?
Yep.
But it didn't hit me until just now.
But tons of new emotes, tons of new things. They included sprays now, so now there's like sprays. So if you were ever a Gary's mod or like Steam or Valve player of any game of theirs that had sprays that you can alter and stuff like that, there are now sprays in Fortnite. They have retconned the crossbow, so there's no more crossbows in the game, and they have now prioritized headshots over anything else. So if you do an emote to bring your hand up or something in front of your face, the bullet will go through your hand and hit you in the face regardless and do headshot damage rather than body damage. So be wary of those. For those of you that like to use emotes to kind of skid around being shot in the face dumb, it no longer works. So that's a thing. Speaking of new seasons, Overwatch's new season has just begun. Season 10 is underway. Can you believe it? 10 seasons. 10 seasons.
Heck, I didn't even know there was 4 seasons of Fortnite, but let alone 10 seasons of Overwatch. And
Surprise.
I stopped playing Overwatch about a year ago, so
it's kind of like when you watch shows on Netflix and you finish like season 1 or 2, and then you like leave the show for a while, and then eventually get back on Netflix and like go back to like previously watched or something, and it's like, what? 6 seasons? Where did these come from? You have to catch back up now.
I kind of feel like a yes and no situation on that one. I kind of drowned myself in those seasons, so I'm fully caught up on everything.
Well, like I watched the first season of iZombie.
Okay.
And then we finished it and went on to like a whole bunch of other shows, and then like years later I came back. It's like, oh yeah, there's 4 seasons now. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta catch up. I did the same thing with the 100. I finished the 100 at like season, I think, 2. Never watched season 3, and now there's 4 seasons, I believe. So it's like, things just kind of happen. So it's like, oh, surprise.
I mean, it's kind of, I would say yes to, I haven't watched Netflix Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events yet, and there's already 2 seasons, and I'm like, God, I need to catch up on this.
Yeah, I gotta do that too. I haven't watched any of those. But anyhow, Overwatch, new season dropped. There's an event going on right now, I believe, still, for the,
Noise.
Talon stuff. You kind of see how, I think it's like, I forgot. I'm bad. This is why I don't do news. This is why I don't do news, people. I don't know why you listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But there's an event going on. I haven't played Overwatch in a little while. I was salty last season. Season 9, I had my best placements ever. I have never placed lower than gold. I've always placed in the middle of gold and plat. And last season, I won 8 games out of 10 and was placed bronze for no reason. I was so salty, I literally just didn't play anymore. I did not play any more of Season 9. So I'll probably get back into Season 10 and figure out what the hell I'm doing again. And continue being a diva main with my fancy diva skins and my golden guns and run around and go winky face every time I kill someone. So,
and pew pew.
Nope, just winky face. Only emote I have. Only one I care about.
Okay.
Just winky face. Oh, man. On the Twitch front of things, we got Twitch bounties incoming. For those that don't know, because you probably don't know, because it literally is a very secret thing right now. And by secret, I mean no one's talking about it because no one knows about it. So I'm talking about it because I know about it.
You'll only get it exclusively right here on Gamer Chat Weekly.
or on Twitter if you follow Popsky.
That's true.
But it hasn't been like officially announced by like Twitch itself. It has been, but no one, like I said, no one's talking about it. Regardless, Twitch bounties is this new way for video game companies to give keys to Twitch, and then basically Twitch kind of puts bounties up on your dashboard as a broadcaster. You go on your dashboard, there'll be a new thing that says bounties, and basically Twitch will find basically like sponsor deals that work well with your broadcast based on your viewership, based on the games you play. So if you're like a heavy FPS shooter streamer, then you're going to get a bunch of FPS games. If you're like a simulation streamer, you're going to get a bunch of simulation games, things like that. But basically the way it works is you accept a bounty by reading all the rules, regulations. You accept the bounty. The bounties can be anywhere from like $50 to $100 to a couple $1,000s. You have to meet a viewership requirement. If you meet the viewership requirement, you get the full payment of the bounty. If you don't meet the viewership requirement of the bounty, you only get a percentage of the bounty. But regardless, it's still a new form of payment. It's being rolled out as a closed beta right now to a very specific list of partners, but eventually will be opened up to more people. I don't know if that includes affiliates and non-affiliates, but if it does open up to affiliates and all the partners, it's another cool way to monetize your streams, especially for those of us that want to try out new games. I think it's a really cool system in place to help out casters. So, Twitch doing things, Twitch making moves to monetize people even more. So, I like it. What do you think, Fuzz? You think it's a pretty okay system?
I think the Twitch bounties are going to be a fantastic way to get new content and definitely monetize. It's also going to bring a lot of people a lot happier. Hopefully, a lot of those partners, or if even affiliates get to it, it could, I would say, possibly do giveaways later when it happens. I'm still not on the giveaway thing yet, but it would be really nice to see how those keys on those bounties. I'd have to read more into it. You know more than I do.
No, they just give it to the caster to stream. They don't give away.
Oh, they don't give away?
Nope.
Well, then I would say that it's going to be a great thing for review those types of games because it's going to be epic.
I think it's a cool thing. Most people that read it were a cool thing. That think it's a cool thing. So I'm all aboard. I'm all aboard Twitch bounties. Choo choo.
I would, once I read it. I'm already aboard. I'm on it too. But like once I read it, I'll
throw a link down in the description for those that want to read up on it. For those of you that are Twitch streamers, if you guys want to look it up, check it out. I'll post a link down below. Also, speaking of betas, Death Garden drops next week, baby. Death Garden is made by the same studio that made Dead by Daylight, one of my favorite games and my only game that I pretty much stream, Behavior Studios. It's going to be a 5v1 asymmetrical shooter where it tests 5 runners to activate 2 obelisks, while 1 hunter has to hunt down and kill at least 3 survivors. The way the survivors are killed is the hunter has a gun. The hunter can knock them down with said gun. The survivors have a shared health pool of 3 knockdowns. Once the third person is knocked down, the hunter then, on his next knockdown, can then send a down player to the execution chamber. Once they're sent to the execution chamber, the hunter has to run to the center of the map where the chamber is, and then brutally execute one of the runners. If 3 runners are executed, the hunter wins. If 2 obelisks are activated and at least 3 runners get out, then it is a win for the runners.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
A loud noise. That's because that was my cat deciding to jump up on my fiance's desk and knock everything over.
I didn't hear anything, so you're good.
Yeah. Cat's loud.
I'm pretty stoked for the Death Garden game. It's going to be really interesting to watch and even play. I'm hoping to.
I'll be playing it day 1, and I'm super stoked because during my St. Jude 24-hour stream on the 17th, you bet your sweet titties that's the game I'm playing for most of it.
If not all of it.
If not all of it. It'll probably be like 12 hours of Dead by Daylight and 12 hours of Death Garden. On top of that, we also have the last year Final Nightmare beta, also closed beta or open beta. One of the betas dropping this month at some point too. Figured I'll just throw that in there because we talked about it last week. So that should be dropping as well in May. So look out for Death Garden, though. I'm going to put the alpha sign-up link down below. For those of you that have not signed up yet, please do so. I want to kill your faces and run with your faces next week. So check it out. Speaking of Dead, Red Dead Redemption 2 just dropped a brand new trailer, and it looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Red Dead Redemption 2 is set as a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1. It's set in 1899, whereas Red Dead 1 was set in 1911. For those of you that played Red Dead 1, you play as John Marston, who is basically being hunted, or he's hunting down his old gang, and you actually get to play as his old gang in the prequel. And they even showed a screenshot of John. There was a part of the trailer where you actually see John Marston.
That's awesome.
And like when he got his scars on his face and stuff. So you actually play as the gang that wronged John Marston, and it basically it's a train robbery gone wrong. Shit happens. Things go crazy. There's horse riding. There's cowboy shit. So it looks really good. The trailer will be linked down below. You can go check it out. If you guys want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, you can obviously talk about it in the comments down below. Let's see what else.
The game releases for PlayStation 4 and Xbox this October.
Yep.
Just so everyone's aware, the heads up. There you go.
And for those of the people that out there that were like, "What's the gang's name?" It's Dutch's crew. That's you're playing as Dutch. Hopefully, there was a female in that gang, by the way, and a lot of speculation is that it's Abigail. That would be John Marston's future wife. So it looks interesting. I love Red Dead 1. I'm hoping that after Red Dead 2 comes out, they do Red Dead 2 Undead Nightmare, because Undead Nightmare was amazing. So hopefully that's a thing too. But
that was kind of like the second installment, right?
Yeah, it was like a standalone DLC that just altered the entire game, but had like a brand new story and stuff. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So I hope they have some sort of like Undead Nightmare for Red Dead 2, because that was a lot of fun. But like I said, I'll post a link to the trailer down below, and check it out if you guys want to talk about it. Like I said, hit us in the comments. Wherever you're hearing this from, I check everything, so do the thing. And Fuzzy wanted to talk about Nintendo.
Oh my God, yeah, Nintendo.
Let's see if you could pronounce these names correctly.
Hey, I was kind of getting it before we started doing this. So the current president is stepping down after a nice run being the president. Basically, his role, he had two roles to do in his position. One was to launch the Switch and have the biggest responsibilities for launching that platform. And his second role was to change the structure and speed of decision making and executing the variety of projects that the whole team needed to consider at the time. So he was in charge of those two things. His name is Mr.
Here we
I
go.
can't remember. There we go.
Here we go.
There it is. Tatsumi Kimishima. I pronounced that last name bad. It's I got the first one right.
Tatsumi Kimishima.
Yeah, Kimishima. He is stepping down, and his successor is going to be Mr. Now, this one is a hard one. I couldn't pronounce it very well, but
It's Shantaro Furukawa.
Exactly. There you go. So he's stepping down.
I love making Fuzzy say everyone's Japanese names. It's the best thing ever, by the way. It brings a smile to my face.
Dude, I got the biggest smile on my face right now because I love Japanese culture, and I've always been a big fan of Nintendo. I haven't been a big fan of their Nintendo Wii, the Wii U, and I haven't played the Switch, but I'm not all that enthused or excited about it.
Wow.
But with hopefully what they're going to be bringing to E3, because there are talks of something big coming for E3 from Nintendo with the new general manager or president, I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to be talking about. There's nothing leaking as of yet, but how did you pronounce his name? Furukawa?
Shantaro Furukawa?
Furukawa. Yeah, there we go.
Furukawa.
He's been in the business since '94, so he's 46, taking over, and going to be bringing us some pretty big news here at E3. Excited to see what's going on. Which, I don't know if you knew this, but they're on their 6th president, and they've been around for 128 years.
Wow. That's long.
Yeah. That is very long. That was surprising, because I figured they were just around, the 80s? 70s? Maybe 90s? I don't know. Somewhere around there. But he's the president, as of right now, is stepping down for future people to change the way Nintendo is going to be coming and to promote a generational shift to bring stronger momentum to Nintendo. So, a lot of good stuff coming. I'm excited. Hopefully this brings Nintendo back, at least in my eyes. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Switch or the last 2 consoles, but we'll see.
All right. Yeah, I think the Switch is great. I don't even own one, but I want one.
No.
Like, the moment we get our house, like, the fiance and I were like, we're getting a Switch.
Really? Well, see, there's
a lot of great support for the Switch these. Like, there's, like, here's the sad facts. When I go to Target, because I go to Target a lot, and I go down the video game aisle, I actually see more Switch games than Xbox One games.
Which is surprising.
No, it's not. Xbox has dropped the ball on all video game related things this year. Unless they have some crazy freaking like E3 this year, they're dead to me at this point. Like, PlayStation was like, here's a new IP, here's a new IP, here's a new IP, here's an exclusive, here's an exclusive, here's an exclusive. Oh yeah, by the way, we're remastering all these things. What up? And then Xbox like, we have Pirates.
Yeah.
It's also on PC.
I will say that's a given.
And then Switch is like, here, we're getting all these horror games, and we're getting this first-party support and all this third-party support. Like, now, if for anyone that's been following this podcast for years, if you go back to when it was me and Jerome...
Oh my god, Jerome always wanted to freaking
Jerome and
make money for Nintendo.
Jerome and I always said that the one thing that Nintendo needs to do to be, like, in the not the console war, but in the race at least, is to get more third-party support. We've always said it, and I'll always say it. And you should start saying it. But now they're doing it. And boom, like, Switches are, like, flying. Like, you still can't get a Switch in some places. Like, I mean, even my Target only had, like, one left still. I was like...
Really?
I was debating it. I was like, I really want to play that Harry Potter game on 1-2 Switch, but, you know... I even, like, jokingly told my fiance that I walked out of Target with one because I was drunk when I went. Never go to Target drunk, by the way, guys. You already spend too much money at Target when you walk in, and then when you do it drunk, it's just even worse.
I'm holding back from getting a Nintendo Switch only for the fact that there is talks of a new Pokemon game and being integrated into the Switch. Not sure if it's just, the past games that have been released, but there was a screenshot that was leaked a while back, and it looks really nice, but there's nothing news related as of yet. That's why I'm kind of waiting to see what they're going to bring at E3. So if it's going to be a brand new Pokemon game, yeah, I'm going to go buy a Switch and I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I just want for Mario Kart, to be completely honest. Mario and Breath of the Wild. I really do want to play Mario Breath of the Wild. Zelda Breath of the Wild. I was thinking Mario Kart and then Breath of the Wild at the same exact time, just put them together. I'm like, yes, Mario, Breath of the Wild. Just replace Link with Mario and we're good. Let's go.
Now, is this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen gameplay for it. It's freaking awesome.
I also want to try Pokken. I want to get... the new Smash was announced. Like, I also have never played Splatoon. Like, there's a lot of things I gotta catch up on. Like, I really want to play a lot of these games. So, like,
Yeah. Understandable.
So, I'm excited, like, 1, to have a house, and 2, to get a Switch. So, like, yeah, buddy. But I think that's about it. The news for the day. We kind of blew through a lot.
We did.
But I need to get some sleep because I have a 24-hour stream in, like,
3 hours?
4 hours. Not even 4 hours. 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, God, save me. Save me.
You got this, man.
Rip. So this podcast, I'll have you know, was recorded this week, but it'll be posted Friday at some point.
All right.
No, actually, I'll probably post it tonight at midnight. I'll probably like start with like, I'll probably do like a Gamer Chat Weekly editing like IRL thing first or creative first, and then start my like do like games. I think that'd be fun to start with and like see if you show people like how I do the podcasts.
Heck yeah.
I'll do that. I'll start at midnight. I'll actually upload this podcast at midnight. So
boom.
That way people aren't waiting too long. We obviously want to do this earlier, but I've been so busy with like my sister graduating and my house stuff and things. But excited. Glad we got to. It's 2 weeks in a row. Yeet.
Woo.
Yeet.
We got this. It's going to continue.
Yep. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us for another week of Gamer Chat Weekly. We love your faces. I'm Cameron.
It has been fun, and I'm Fuzzy.
And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in to Gamer Chat Weekly. For current and past episodes, make sure to visit GamerChatWeekly.com. Stop by next week for more news and gamer shenanigans. See you then.